What's up, Trader's Edge? It's Mark Sebastian, your only option with your weekend watch list. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the economic events I'm looking for the week ahead. I'm going to tell you the levels I'm watching, and I'm going to give you the 5 stocks that I have my eye on. So let's dig in. So here we are. As you can see, the S&P had a really nice rebound on Thursday, the 25th, bounced even harder on the 26th. It's now approaching its 50-day moving average, and vol's coming real off. One thing I want to point out is the 21-day is about to cross over the 50. That is usually a bad sign. I think it shows how weak the market has been over the last few weeks. April has not been a great month for the stock market. Basically, we topped out on April 1st and really never looked back. The Qs, very similar. They've actually already seen that cross. So the Qs are actually in like bearish conditions, which I think is really interesting. IWM, I mean, it's nowhere close. It couldn't even get back over its 100-day moving average on Friday. So my point is that, last week we had a really nice rebound on the back of Microsoft and Google earnings and economic data being all right, but we're still kind of in no man's land here, and the market still looks like it could be soft. Looking at the VIX, it's back below, broke below 15 briefly. It's hanging around. It's still elevated. I'm watching it very closely. Futures term structure did re-enter into contango. That is generally bullish, so maybe we are turning things around. This week we've got Apple and Amazon earnings. Those are going to be on my watch list. And we also have non-farm payrolls on Friday. So this is another really big week. So what are the stocks I'm watching? We're going to start with Apple. Obviously, they report earnings on the 2nd. That is going to be a huge one. I'm watching Amazon. Amazon reports on the 30th. Both of these their options seem relatively inexpensive into their earnings. Those are 2 names I'm watching. I'm continuing to watch Microsoft. And why Microsoft? Yeah, they already reported, but it's not like it really did pull back pretty significantly after an initial pop on Friday. Google did not, but Microsoft did. So it's a little weird the way that Microsoft behaved. So that's another one on my list. And I'm watching Exxon. They reported bad earnings, sold off. I'm interested to see if there's some follow through. And then actually, I think sneaky, big, huge earnings is going to be AMD. We already saw Intel miss pretty bad. So far, the chip names have not reported very good earnings. Taiwan Semiconductor wasn't great. So looking at AMD and how it's pricing, closed 157.5. The 157.5 straddle is like just under $14, about the same price as Amazon, which is $40 more expensive. So this is one where I think we could get some real fireworks. AMD misses. I think that could be as big or bigger than the news we got out of Microsoft and Google, even though it's a much smaller company, because that AI chip narrative is so important. So there you have it. AMD, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, and Exxon Mobil are the names I am watching. Real briefly, you can't watch the market without watching bonds. They're still kind of hanging out lower. If TLT breaks $87, this market is going to have problems. And then lastly, I want to kind of take a look at gold that has really softened up. And I think it's interesting the dollar is so strong. There's a lot of puzzle pieces here that don't really smell good to me. So keep an eye on that. All right, folks. Speaking of keeping an eye, why aren't you coming to Chicago, July 22nd through the 24th? I'm hosting my conference at the SIBO. You're going to want to be there, the Option Pit Professional Trader Summit. You're going to want to be there. There's information in this email. If you're watching me on YouTube, feel free to give us a call for information, 888-872-3301. And please like, subscribe. And if you've got a question, leave it in the comments. All right, everybody. I am Mark Sebastian. I am your only option. This was the Trader's Edge.